So, welcome back, friends. And of course, we all like free resources. So that's what we are talking about today in this video. So, I'm going to share a few free resources to help you learn English to get closer to that fluent English speaker level. I'm going to divide this into multiple categories. So, one is our listening and comprehension skills in general. So, stuff that is actually going to help your brain form the neural connections that are needed to learn the language, that's English, and automate it in a way so that you can start thinking in English. You don't need to translate within your head. That's one. Second, we'll look at speaking as well, and then we'll also look at reading skills. So number one, I'll start with speaking because I think it's the easiest and it's very convenient to start, but it tends to be slightly difficult. So we are eating the frog, as they say, which is doing the hardest task first. Speaking mein, I have a very good example for you guys. अपना webcam लो, camera लो, and talk to yourself in your webcam or in your phone. Record yourself every single day. Record yourself talking about one topic for, like, let's say 1 to 2 minutes, and that's all that you need. Do that every single day for 30 to 60 days. After you've recorded yourself, just go through that video once again and you don't need to think about that again. So record, watch, delete. Record, watch, delete. That's all you need to do for 30 to 60 days, and you'll see an next level change in your English speaking capabilities and your confidence with the level of your own speaking skills. So that's one. Now, that's the best resource. You don't need to look into like tens of other resources. This one like kills it and smashes it out of the ballpark, right? That's the phrase of the day for you guys. So smash that like button for that phrase of the day, by the way. Moving on to reading. Now, when it comes to reading, it tends to be slightly difficult. A lot of people start downloading PDFs, etc. from the internet. They can be very risky. Trust me. Why? Because I am a cybersecurity. I hold a cybersecurity certificate. I am a cybersecurity student. I am a practicing cybersecurity student. So I know how these things work. But everybody knows how these things work. It's a very simple thing: infected PDF. So please don't download PDFs. Instead, do these two things. There's Project Gutenberg, which will have all the greatest classics that are written in English in the human history. Most of them are going to be available for free. That's one. Number two, if you go to Amazon Kindle store, you can download your Kindle app. You don't need to own a physical Kindle device. You can download a Kindle app on your Android phone, on iPhone, on PC, on Mac, you name it, they have it. Then go to the Kindle store on Amazon in whatever country you are in, and just click on the free category. There are thousands of books, thousands of also great and amazing books that are available for 100% free on Kindle, on Amazon, that you can read, right? There's fiction, there's non-fiction, whatever you want, that's available for completely free. Reading is going to really help you start thinking in English, because when we read, it's usually we don't read out loud, right? So when we read, our brain starts to make those connections that the language needs, but also we repeat what we are reading in our mind as well as we read it, right? So it helps to train that muscle that we need to actually speak English confidently as well. Now, number three is our listening, our perception, our comprehension skills, stuff that is going to help us be exposed more to the language English. So I have a few channels which I think are great. Now, the reason that I'm sharing these channels and not other channels is because I feel these channels bring very interesting topics, interesting ideas presented in a very interesting and entertaining way. But at the same time, they use a relatively simple language. They don't throw out words because they want to impress the viewers and sell a course or something. They are just there to share great ideas. That's what I feel. So I'm going to name a few channels which you can check out as well. Number one is Better Ideas. Amazing videos around life, around how to improve your life. So there's self-help side of things, but the language, the English that he uses, amazing. Captain Sinbad is also a great example, which is in the similar bucket as Better Ideas. Then we'll start to now look at, so these, by the way, these both of these channels, they have mid format or mid-length kind of format, as they call it in YouTube terms, which is like around 10, 15, maybe 20-minute videos. They won't go longer than that. So that's one thing. Now, if you want to go longer than that, which I really like, because we get into that podcast category, but then we are not just listening, we are actually watching as well. So we'll stay entertained. So for those, you can start with these things. Number one, is Barbershop with Shantanu. So with on Barbershop on Shantanu's channel, he's a seasoned entrepreneur, an amazing entrepreneur, amazing business leader, and he's interviewing a lot of other top business leaders in India. So I feel it's a very interesting thing because you get to hear stories of a lot of these business leaders, but they don't use very complex language. It's very simple English, very simple language, whatever they're using, right? Sometimes there's a mix of Hindi in that, which I think works very well, right? So it's a very interesting, very entertaining channel in general, and there's a lot of cool story based content there, which revolves around how a specific business was developed, or how a different brand's owner had to go through the hurdles they had to go through to actually build that business. I think it's an amazing channel. Number two for the long form channel is going to be the Daily Stoic. They also have smaller videos, but there are 2-hour, 1-hour compilations on the Daily Stoic channel. I'm a big Stoic person myself. I am a fan of Stoicism to the point that I have Daily Stoic Meditations, a book that is not sold in the market. It's a Ryan Holiday book, but it's a private book. So there's a private community of Stoics. So you get that if you are in that community, and this is my level of dedication towards Stoicism. So Daily Stoic in general, I think, is an amazing channel. Then the next one are actually two channels. One is Lex Friedman. Number two is Tim Ferriss. Tim Ferriss, seasoned entrepreneur, investor, one of the best podcasters and bloggers in the world, and one of the oldest. Also author of the 4-Hour Workweek. Lex Friedman, if I'm not wrong, I don't know if he is today or not, but he used to be a professor at MIT, if I'm not wrong. And he's like a physics guy. And he has these 3-hour, 4-hour conversations with people like Elon Musk, with people like Mark Zuckerberg, all of these key amazing business leaders. And the great thing about Tim Ferriss as well as Lex Friedman is they ask very good questions that make people think. So the conversation flows relatively slower automatically. Like I remember there's this interview of Elon Musk and Lex Friedman. So Lex asks him something and Elon Musk takes, I think, 7-8 second pause before speaking. I think it was amazing. And that complete energy of those conversations, that's something that I'm a big fan of. But these are also the things that are going to help you get better in your career, in your business, and whatever you are doing, apart from actually learning English and getting exposed to simple language that you'll experience. Because when Elon Musk is explaining something, let's say about SpaceX, he's not going to use like jargon that not everybody understands. Of course, there are going to be some words which are going to help us with our vocabulary efforts, but at the same time, most of the stuff here is going to be relatively very simple. If you consistently build your study habits and your focus around these free resources, you're going to be gold within 30 to 60 days. And I kid you not, try it and do let me know. And if you have any other resources or free resources that you'd like to share with our community, make sure to leave them in the comments below. This is Shivam. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye. Take care.